So welcome to everyone to this channel in which we are watching the video lectures on the engineering mechanics subject. Today we are going to start our new topic, that is friction. So in this lecture we are going to deal with some basic concepts of friction that everyone should know, and different types of friction that takes place when one body slides over the another. Moving to the next, this is your syllabus, that is introduction to the friction, in which we are going to see law of friction and friction on horizontal and inclined plane, then ladder friction and wedge friction, that are the applications of friction. Now what is friction? So consider this block which is resting on a ground. If you apply a pushing force to this block from left to right, then what will happen? It will, this block will try to rub on this particular ground, and there will be contact between these two surfaces, that is of block and of ground. Therefore the frictional force will develop, and that frictional force will always act opposite to the motion, since this is the motion of body. Okay, this is the motion direction. Now friction, from this you will get first idea about the friction, that it opposes the motion. So frictional force is always the opposes the motion. Now if you zoom on this area, okay, if you zoom on this contacting surface where the rubbing action is going on, then you will get that no surface is perfectly straight. So there will be some undulations in the surface of block, and there will be some undulations on the surface of ground will be there. So due to the rubbing action, now this is not a smooth surface. If this is a smooth surface and this is smooth surface, there will not be any development of friction. But why friction is developing? Because these both surfaces are not smooth, these are the rough surfaces. This is the view at very microscopic level. So this will be the exact, what we can say, the surface looks like at the microscopic level when you zoom that particular action. So in this, irregularity of the surface is the main criteria to produce the friction. It is not dependent on the area of contact. Please try to understand, if this is your motion, then this friction will be developing into this direction. Yes. So when two surfaces try to rub or slide over each other, due to unevenness in the surfaces, the friction is generated. This is all about the friction, how to develop, how the friction is developed, and what is the basic terminology behind this. Now moving to next, the friction force can be defined as, now we will come to the, we have understood the phenomenon, now we will come to friction force. So friction force is what? It can be defined as the force which opposes the motion of one body which is sliding over another. Okay, so that is the definition of frictional force. Now what is the friction and how it is we are going to study. Now there are two parts of friction. First one is the static friction, second one is the dynamic friction. This will be deal with the frictional forces acting on the body when the bodies are at rest, and this is the condition or topic where we will study the frictional force when the bodies are in uniform motion. Okay, so in this there will be two types. First one will be sliding motion and second one will be the rolling motion. Rolling motion is generally of the wheels, okay, wheels of your vehicles, and sliding means whenever one body slides over another on the inclined plane or in horizontal plane, whatever it may be. Okay, sliding criteria and rolling criteria, we will discuss that. Okay, now consider this system where we are having one block, okay, and there is one ground. Now if I consider some force machine, okay, if I consider some force machine which will be going to exert some force P on this block, then how the friction is going to develop, just try to feel it guys, just try to feel it. Now if I apply 1 Newton force, block will not move anywhere. If I apply 2, if I apply 3 Newton, 4, 5, 6, on increasing this force gradually, I will get certain force at which this block will start moving into this direction. Yes or no? Try to understand. Just try to feel it. So when this block is going to move from its rest position in the forward direction, from that point the kinetic friction comes into the play. That is your dynamic friction. But before that, up to certain value of force, you are applying the forces and this block is not moving anywhere. In that case, your frictional force is more than your applied force. And once you reach the maximum force limit which will overcome this frictional force, then this block will start its uniform motion in this rightward direction. Yes. So if we plot this entire system using the graph, then we will get this graph. This is your starting point where your force is 0 and displacement is 0. This will be defining your applied force, and this will be defining your opposite force, that is frictional force. Okay, so when you applied 0 force, you will get 0 friction. Now as you increase your applied force, you will get equal and opposite amount of return force due to the irregularity of surfaces here. Yes or no? So that will be called as a frictional force. So as you apply this force, you will get this force. As you apply this applied force, you will get this frictional force. Okay, this is the action of axis of frictional force. So what exactly we will get? Up to certain limit of force applied, we will get certain point. Okay, after which if we apply a force applied, then our frictional force will get dropped. Okay, the graph propagation is like this. Initially your frictional force will also increase as you applied force increase, and once the point will come when you increase your applied force, the frictional force will get dropped and your motion will be start of the block. In that case, the drop of the friction will be there, and after that your body will be under a constant or kinematic friction. Okay, so let us understand the various things. Now up to this O to A, you will be having a static friction in which your body will be at rest, but you are experiencing friction. Now the point which is differentiator between static friction and kinetic friction is called as a limiting friction point. That is the static friction's maximum limit and kinetic friction's start point. Okay, and from A to B you will get sudden drop, and after B you will be having your kinetic or dynamic friction into the play. Okay, after understanding this, we will deal with their definition, what exactly static, limiting and kinematic friction is. So from this graph we will be having our 3 to 4 terms, that is static friction. So the friction force come into play between the two bodies before one body tends to move over another body. Matlab, now the body is tending to move over this surface. In that case, up to that point, whatever force you will get, that is called as a static friction force. Now limiting friction is the friction force which comes into play between two bodies when one body just starts moving, okay, after this point it will just start moving over the ground surface. Therefore this is called as a maximum limit, that is Fs max. Fs will be represented by static force and Fk will be representing our kinetic force. So this is Fs max. What do you mean by kinetic or dynamic friction? So the friction force comes into play between two bodies when the one body is in a state of steady motion over another body. This is called as a kinetic or dynamic friction. So Fs max is always greater than Fk. Okay, from graph you will easily get the value. Okay, you will get easily the relation between these two, and Fs max is equal to or greater than or equal to the static friction. So this is your static friction increasing. At this point you are also having static friction, but at this point that static friction is called as the limiting friction. So static friction will be less than or equal to the limiting friction, or limiting friction will be greater than or equal to the static friction. But strictly the limiting friction is always greater than the kinetic friction. Okay, now understand the rolling and sliding friction. So rolling friction is what? It is that friction experienced by the body when it rolls over another body. Means this wheel is rolling in this direction on this ground, so there will be experience of friction in the motion's opposite direction. Now sliding friction is what? When we keep one block on the inclined plane, it will start moving downward direction due to the gravity. So the resisting force to this motion in the opposite direction is called as a sliding friction force. Now there are some laws of friction that we have to follow. So as we are having two types of friction, static and kinetic, so they are having different laws. So these are the very important regarding your various competitive examination as a one liner. So first law of the static friction is the force of friction depends on the roughness of the surface. Okay, this is very important topic and important thing to get understand by the students. So the force of friction always depends on the roughness of the surfaces. Okay guys, roughness of the surfaces. Then second is the force of friction is independent of the area of contact, means how large area is in contact with another body. That doesn't give you the force amount, or it will not lead you to understand the frictional force, but the roughness of surface will do. Okay, so that is independent of the contact surface between the contact area between the surfaces. Now third and important law is the force of static friction always acts opposite in the direction of motion which body tends to move. Then the amount of force of friction is equal to the force which tends to move the bodies. In static case, what exactly do you mean by static? If you apply this force on this body, then this force should be equal and opposite to this. If P you are applying, P should be equal to F. In that case only the body will be in a static. So fourth point is deciding this. The amount of force of friction in static is always equal to the force applied on the body. Now the fifth and very important, I have noted it or marked it with the star. Okay, so try to understand the importance of this sentence. So the magnitude of limiting force of friction is directly proportional to its normal reaction. Now we will understand what is exactly the normal reaction is in our next slide. Before that, you should have the kinetic or dynamic friction laws. So first is force of kinetic friction will be always opposite to the direction of motion in which the body is moving, similar to static. Now the magnitude of force of kinetic friction is directly proportional to normal reaction. Yes, according to this fifth law, there will be the same criteria in the kinetic friction also, but it is less than that in case of static friction. Now for moderate speeds of force of friction remains constant. For moderate speeds, the force of remains constant, but at high speed it will decrease. Okay, as you increase the speed of vehicle, or if you increase the speed of motion, the frictional force will get decreased. Now normal reaction is what? Normal reaction is always a perpendicular force which exerted by the contacting surface on the body. Means this block is resting on this ground, then ground will apply towards the body's CG1 force, that is called as a normal reaction, and the body is having its separate weight which is move always downward, that is toward the center of earth, that is called as a weight. This will be applied force and this will be frictional force. This is called as a free body diagram of the block. Now according to the law of friction, we are having Fs max is directly proportional to normal reaction according to the fifth law of statics. Yes, now what we will get from here exactly? So Fs max will be, this sign will be replaced by some constant, and this is called as the coefficient of friction. Fs max is always equal to mu times normal reaction. So from this you will get mu s, that is coefficient of friction, can be defined as the maximum limit, that is limiting force of friction upon the normal reaction, and in terms of kinetic it will be a kinetic friction upon normal reaction. So this is it from my side guys. So I have discussed various basic points regarding the friction, okay, in this my video. So try to understand, and if you are not getting the things, I will discuss certain things again in our next video lecture. So till that, stay tuned and study well. Take your care. Thank you so much.